Hello, it's Little Dinosaur explores again. Dinosaurs, with their towering presence and fearsome reputation, often evoke images of ferocity and power. However, amidst the roaring giants of the ancient world, there existed a plethora of charming and downright adorable creatures. From tiny herbivores to feathery flyers, these dinosaurs captivate us with their undeniable cuteness. Join us on a journey through time as we unveil the top 10 cutest dinosaurs that are sure to bring a smile to your face. 1. Xenosaurus. Believe it or not, the adorable little only 3 feet long from head to tail and 20 or 30 pounds long, tailed bipedal Chaurus was a distant ancestor of horned dinosaurs like Triceratops and Pentaceratops. Like many other basal ceratopsians of the late Jurassic and Jurassic periods, Xenosaurus may have supplemented its leafy diet with seeds and nuts, and some paleontologists believe it was capable of swimming, possibly can explain the structure of its tail. 2. Europasaurus. The smallest sauropod yet identified, Europasaurus weighed only about 1,000 to 2,000 pounds, making it a veritable runt of junk compared to 20 or 30 ton contemporaries like Brachiosaurus and Apatosaurus. Why is Europasaurus so small and, oh, so adorable? The popular theory is that this plant-eating dinosaur was restricted to a habitat in Central Europe and evolved in size so as not to outcompete its scarce food supply, the animals. Carnivorous dinosaurs in the area are also relatively small. 3. Gigantoraptor. Gigantoraptor is one of those dinosaurs whose cuteness is directly proportional to the tastes of whichever artist happens to illustrate it. Technically not a true raptor, Gigantoraptor may have been covered with long, tufted feathers cute or gnarly, sharpened feathers not so cute. Gigantoraptor's brand of cuteness also depends on whether this two-ton oviraptor relative was vegetarian on its own or feasted on the occasional small mammal. Regardless, it was one of the largest feathered dinosaurs of the Mesozoic era. 4. Limosaurus. As adorable as its name is, that's hard to pronounce, much less spell, Limosaurus was a human-sized ornithopod of mid-Cretaceous Australia. The most terrifying aspect of this dinosaur was its large eyes, an adaptation to the darkness where its habitat had declined over the years. It also doesn't hurt that Limosaurus was named after an 8-year-old girl, the daughter of Australian paleontologist Patricia Vickers-Rich. 5. Limousine. Limosaurus was to other carnivorous dinosaurs what Ferdinand's tenderness was to other cows. Judging by its long, toothless snout, this Asian dinosaur was likely vegetarian and probably wasn't as popular as the Yanchuanosaurus and Sichuanosaurus, invited to many football games. One imagines the 75-pound Limosaurus in a field somewhere, feeding on dandelions and ignoring the taunts of its cousins. 6. Mei. Almost as small as its name suggests, Mei, Chinese for sleeping sound, was a feathered theropod of early Cretaceous China closely related to the much larger Trudon. What will tug at your heartstrings is that the only known fossil specimen of Mei was found curled up in a ball, its tail wrapped around its body and its head hidden beneath its arms. It's apparently and not so adorable. This sleeping chick was buried alive by a sudden sandstorm about 140 million years ago. 7. Microchaurus. From the shortest dinosaur name Mei, previous slide, we come to the longest, with absolutely no diminution in cuteness. Microchaurus translates from Greek as tiny-headed lizard, and that's exactly what this dinosaur was, a 5-pound pachycephalosaur that roamed late Cretaceous Asia about 80 million years ago. It's hard to imagine two Microchaurus men standing up to dominance in the herd, but hey, wouldn't it be cute? 8. Minmi. No, its name is not a reference to Mini-Me, Dr. Evil's diminutive pigeon in the Austin Powers movies, but it could also be, as ankylosaurs go, Minmi was wee only about 10 feet long and 500 to 1,000 pounds. What makes this Australian dinosaur especially adorable is that it had a smaller brain, relative to its body size, than most of its armored cousins. Since ankylosaurs weren't exactly the boldest dinosaurs to begin with, that makes Minmi the Cretaceous equivalent of Baby Huey. 9. Nothronychus. Its cousin, Xenosaurus, gets all the press. But Nothronychus earns cuteness points for its large, bird-like appearance, long, pointed claws, narrow snout, and pot belly. Prominent and its putative herbivorous diet. Oddly enough, Nothronychus was also the first to be discovered outside of Asia. Perhaps some of the larger North American dinosaurs that visited Mongolia 80 million years ago brought it home as pets. 10. Anasaurus. Anasaurus was one of the first pioneers, plant-eating dinosaurs that were ancestral to the giant sauropods and titanosaurs that lived tens of millions of years later. Smaller than most of its followers, only about 8 feet long and 200 pounds. Anasaurus was gentle and not powerful enough to have its own TV show. If TVS existed during the late Triassic period, these delightful dinosaurs remind us that even in the ancient world, cuteness knew no bounds. From the skies to the land, these creatures captivate us with their charm and innocence. As we continue to unravel the mysteries of prehistory, let's not forget to appreciate the lighter side of these magnificent beasts. After all, who can resist the allure of a dinosaur with puppy dog eyes or a comically tiny tail club? As for you, which dinosaur do you think is the cutest? Please leave a comment below. Bye-bye.